You know, I'm beginning to question the previous manager in terms of just how badly he got it wrong at the start of the season. We took a couple of games to get going, but I've got to be honest, I can understand how the league had this team predicted to be finishing in that top 3 or top 5 because we're doing rather well. Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to part 2 of Club 2 here on MyCareer on Football Manager. My name is Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video in which we're going to be playing 2 games in League 1. We're going to be playing first of all against Stevenage at home, followed by top of the league Portsmouth away from home, which is probably going to be the hardest game all season. And we're also going to be looking at some transfers, both ones we're looking to make and also ones that may be on the line, over the line, or just about there. And if you're excited to see how we get on in today's video and see whether we can continue the rise that we've got that you can see on the screen right there, then don't forget, leave a like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well, because you'll keep up to date with all the nonsense that does come out of this face on a semi-regular basis. So, there's no spoilers. You can see the league table there. 9th. Before we've even hit January. And we had to do a bit of a mix around. We did start off with the 4-2-3-1. That was the first formation that we tried. We played that against Lincoln. You saw that on camera. 1-1. We were making chances but struggling to get them in the back of the net. We then went to Huddersfield, lost 1-0. But we played all right, actually. Defence let us down a little bit. Forward line let us down. We just weren't quite clicking as well as we wanted to. I then looked at the squad and thought, you know what? The striker, who we know is a good striker, Miles Lieburn, you can see the rest of his exploits for the season there. We know he's a good forward. We need to get the best out of him. The wingers aren't cutting it. Attacking midfielder's not cutting it. Well, I want to keep that attacking midfielder. I want to keep the holding midfielder, at least one of them. Diamond. And we've got another striker to help out. Changed there against Newport. Took a while, but eventually we scored. Reading. We went down fighting, scored a penalty. A 90th minute winner, I should say. A 90th minute winner really hurt me. And I was fuming. But since then, we've not looked back. Burton, 3-1. Have some of that. Crew, 4-1. Hat-trick for Lieburn. Perfect hat-trick, by the way. Have some of that. Huddersfield, 3-2. Who we've already played once already, mind you. And we lost against them. So we've got a bit of revenge on them there. Happy days. Barnsley, 3-1. Have some of that. And then recently, Wrexham. Hollywood Wrexham, 3-0. Have some of that. The one thing I am noticing, though, is squad depth. We do definitely need it. So I'm trying to do some wheeling and dealing at the moment. Wheeling and dealing wise looks like this. So, Callum Stiles is coming in on loan from West Bromwich Albion. He will be coming in. He can play left back. He can play defensive mid. He can play centre mid. He can play attacking mid. Covers a lot of positions. I'm then looking at Oliver Cooper from Swansea. Centre mid, attacking mid, on loan. Would cover a few positions. Jacob Davenport was already signed before I got here. Another midfielder. I don't know if we need this many midfielders. This guy, I don't know whether he'll be that good. We'll see what he looks like. And then Jamie Shackleton. Again, another central midfielder, defensive midfielder. We do desperately need more defensive mid cover, but also right back. The main things with these two is that they can cover the full-back positions, and we do desperately need it. But the fact that they can do midfield as well is great. We desperately need a goalkeeper. Desperately. I thought I'd got Iverson from Leicester. We put an offer in for him as an actual transfer, and it didn't go through. We couldn't get his wage down from that because he doesn't really want to drop down to our level. It was proving very difficult. I want to see whether, when this clears, whether I can get him on loan, because actually he is a good goalkeeper. He's better than anything we got at the club. At the moment, our goalkeeper is Alex Cairns, who, to be fair to him, is doing pretty well, all things considered. 5 clean sheets in 9 appearances is not bad going whatsoever for a 33-year-old 2-star goalkeeper. We've got quite lucky with him. He's definitely the better goalkeeper out of the options, because the other options were Will Mannion, who wasn't really doing that well. And Billy Crellin is technically a better goalkeeper. However, I'm scared by the double whammy of doesn't enjoy big matches and isn't very consistent. In the nicest way, Billy, what are you good for? So, we're going to try and get rid of him and also bring someone in. In fact, I'm actually going to commit to putting him on the transfer list. We'll put him on for the lower end of 2 million. I'm not a money bag. I'll accept that. That'll be happy. Happy and handy if we can get that. I'm also looking to move on Tyrese Campbell, which I have been doing for a while. A, because he's got the double whammy that I don't like. But B, we don't play with wingers anymore. And while he can play in the other positions, I just don't want to risk it. So when you shift him out the door, I'd be really happy with that. We're also in the process of repairing our relationship with Anthony Scully. We had fallen out with him. I've offered him a new deal, which is closer to the money that he wants. He's actually been really good. You can see there, he scored 10 goals for us, got 2 assists. He's actually forming a decent partnership with Lee Byrne as well, which is good. Lee Byrne, by the way, there you go. 24 starts, 15 goals, 2 substitute appearances. He is starting to look like the striker that we know he very much can beat. His best ever goal return as well. And we're not even in January yet. Speaking of which, let's get a bit closer by playing Stevenage. And this is the 11 that we are going to be using. It is Cairns in goal, Pereira, Waradu, whose name I'm going to say a different time each time. Wividu, I think, is what I normally go with. We'll go with Wividu. He's going to be partnering Jones, and then Eden is going to be the left back. Edmonds, Green, Coventry, Henry, and Anderson are the midfield 4 in the diamond. And Lee Byrne is going to be partnering Scully up front. Fitness-wise, Doherty is knackered because he's had an injury. I've also been advised to rest Connor Coventry and Markande. Markande has actually been a really good attacking midfielder, but he's only 2 stars, so we are looking to upgrade him. But he's been getting the job done. I've been quite impressed with him, actually. So it is what it is. Injury to young Stephen Finn, who we would be trying to get playing in that position, but, you know, he's injured. And I've got a bunch of trialists as well who I do need to have another look through. None of them really stick out purely because a lot of them are inconsistent and less quality than what we thought they would be. So I'm probably going to forget that they exist. So without any further ado, let's get to the game. And well, let's see whether we can get another 3 points. The turnaround has been remarkable. And there's just something with, obviously, with how they were with the manager previously. It just wasn't working. Whether it was the formation, I mean, we struggled with that formation. They started the season with a 4-2-3-1, and then when the manager left and they had the caretaker manager, they went to a 4-3-3. And I just think the lone striker system for the players they've got just did not work. Because ever since we've gone to a diamond, it has looked the business. It's looked really, really good. So I've been really, really impressed with how it's appeared. Right, we are underway here at the Valley. And we're hoping that we're going to be able to get maybe an early goal just to settle things down. I mean, that's Henry, who doesn't start very often, goes for the free kick, hits the crossbar, headed towards the goal. I'll tell you what, Maxwell's very, very lucky. He nearly went over the line there, but did not quite go over the line. So it is not going to be a goal. Big ball out, Reed under it, but Ricardo is there as well. But it's flicked forward into our defence. But Coventry's there with the ball now. Coventry playing really well on the whole in that position. Edmonds Green, considering he's more of a defender, has been great in that half-back role. That's somewhere where we need to really strengthen. We need to get someone else in there just to give him a bit of cover. At the moment, the cover is Coventry, which is all right up until the point we need to rest both him and Coventry at the same time. It's not ideal, really. Centre-backs is another area that we do need covering as well. We need covering a lot of places. We've got one decent centre-back at the moment. We've got one decent full-back to cover both of these guys. Well, no, that's unfair. I technically have got 2. I just don't really like them. So we desperately need to get players in. I'm thinking we'll just do short-term. If we can get loans in this season, we'll worry about the permanents next season. That feels like the way to go. We are a stone's throw from the playoffs at the moment. If we could sneak our way, I tell you what, Anthony Scully, for someone who is a winger, he's been a sensational striker. Like, once I started playing him with Lee Byrne, that's it. They're the pair. I had other players who I was playing alongside Lee Byrne. Scully's the guy now. That's why I've offered him a new contract. I was kind of resigned. Well, not even resigned. I was happy to let him go. I'm not going to let him go now because he's going to do things like that. Sensational. Delighted with that. And that puts it 1-0 inside of 8 minutes. That's all do. And you can see out the side here, we've just closed that gap so much. We could be a playoff team. Now, I don't know whether I want us to get promoted this season. I think I'd rather 1 more year to prepare ourselves for it. Because I think 1 more year will allow us to prepare to get a decent crack at survival. I don't know if we got promoted now, whether we'd survive. I don't think it's like when we were with Spennymoor. I think we would get absolutely ripped apart if we had this squad in the Championship. But I don't know. We'll obviously see. And we'll see what happens. Right. Ball out. Eden now. I mean, he's just got his centre-back partner, Jones, in front of him now. It's a bit weird. But Eden now comes out. Looking for options. Just running forward. He's not even looking for options at the moment. Now he gets it to Scully. Scully getting into the box. He's going to look to get it across to someone. No, he's just going to score. Because that's what Scully does, apparently. Apologies, I've still got this tickly cough. Anthony Scully gets 2 goals in the game inside 13 minutes. Because that's just what he does. And it's a wonderful thing to see. It really is. take back all my words against him. I don't think I said them on camera, but I wasn't very happy with him when he turned down the contract that I first offered him. I've given him his money now. I'm just waiting for him to sign the contract, but hopefully that means our relationship will be repaired. That front three are having a really, really lovely time. Henry and the defence are the only ones who are not having the greatest time in the world, but they're doing all right for what they need to do. We've absolutely battered Stevenage, by the way. I'm assuming they're near the bottom. I can't see them on the top half of the table where we are. Yeah, they must be a bit further down. Right, now that was a poor pass from us, but we've won the ball straight back, which is lovely to see. Bit of ping pong here. Right, Jones goes back to Cairns. Cairns back to Jones. Passing between themselves. Lovely to see. Right, Eden now. What's he going to do with it? Gets it to Jones again. Jones getting a lot of the ball here, which is lovely to see. Right, Edmonds Green. What are you going to do with it? This is a highlight that's a little bit weird. I'm not going to lie. I always get a little bit nervous with these highlights. By the way, if you keep looking over this way, I'm recording this at the same time that Aston Villa are playing in the FA Cup. I don't know why I'm doing both at the same time. It just feels like the thing to do. Right, Anderson now. Into the box, looking for a goal. Gets a goal as well. I tell you what, we've got some good players in this team. I am very, very happy with all of them. The squad is so much better than I thought it would be when I saw where they were in the table when the job offer first came. I'm stunned at how badly they were doing. Admittedly, the tactics that we've gone for are obviously tactics that I've tweaked. I mean, I've gone in with a completely blank slate in terms of tactics to fit with this formation. You know what Football Manager is like. The base game will have certain formations that they will use that maybe aren't the most effective and don't have the most effective roles and things like that. Whereas as the user, you can tailor stuff a little bit more than the computer will think to do. So on the whole, you will do better than the computer. But still, I think it's still a remarkable turnaround that we've had, and I'm very, very happy with it. Right. I am not going to make any changes, I don't think. I'm considering Pereira for... Do you know what? No. Pereira is going to come off purely because he is very tired. Connor Coventry should really come off as well, but I've only really got Doherty who can come on. Unless we do some shifting around. Like if Anderson goes into the midfield... It is 3-0. Do you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. Henry goes there. Anderson comes into the middle. We'll bring Markande there, I think. And then we'll change you to a Mazzala just to get you forward a little bit more because you prefer to do that. I think... Yeah, just thinking of fitness. I don't want to overplay the players. I mean, we do play with quite a high intensity. So we don't want... I didn't even say anything. I just ticked them and then went for it. I don't really want to break any of the players when we're a little bit low on players. Although, obviously, we are getting some reinforcements in. Touchwood, hopefully. Only one of them is confirmed at this point. Right. Eden with the free kick. Gets it to Henry. Henry now. Floats it over to Johnson. He's just come on, Carl Johnson. Johnston, sorry. And gets his first goal of the season. And his first ever goal at the club. Well, that'll do, won't it? That will most certainly do. Delighted with that. Absolutely delighted. Getting distracted again with the Villa game. Do you know what? I'm going to take it off. I'm going to make sure. We're not looking at it. We're not looking at it until this is over. Right. 4-0. Job's a good one. I mean, we can pack up and go home now, surely. If they just want to wave the white flag, I'm happy to just leave it now and go home and save our fitness. Save their fitness as well, because they're going to need it for other games. Cairns does a really good job. I tell you what, considering he's 2-star, Cairns has done a really solid job for us. He's going to be our backup keeper for the rest of the season once we get a new keeper in. The other two can go and just, I don't know, go play somewhere else. I couldn't think of a snappy insult there, so I'll just say what I want them to do, which is go and play somewhere else. Right, Jones into Henry. Henry to Markande. Leeburn out wide to Johnson. Leeburn's had a sneaky good game. He's not scored a goal, but he has been sneaky good. Right, Anderson to Scully. Scully's going to be looking for that hat-trick. Leeburn's going to be looking for a goal as well. Eden now into the box. Gets it into Leeburn. Leeburn manages to hit the woodwork. Doesn't manage to get a goal. It wasn't whipped in, really. It was passed in by Markande. Didn't really do anything with that. Right, Johnson looking to get a pass in there, but it didn't end up working out. And it is still 4-0. I'm happy with 4-0. I don't necessarily want any more goals. What I want... Gonna jinx it now, is a clean sheet. That is what I would really love from my boys. I swear to goodness, I thought for a second I have properly jinxed it then. I haven't. I'm very grateful that I haven't, because I've been very annoyed. Right, I think it's substitute o'clock again. We'll make a couple more changes. I'd like to take Eden off, but we've established that I can't. Well, no, I could. Because I could take you off. But then that requires more shifting around. I don't think we've actually got enough players who can play central midfield to shift around with that. Primarily because I don't want to bring Doherty on. I really don't. So I think we might have to leave Eden on, and he's just going to have to suck it up, Buttercup. Right. Lieburn, I will take off because he has been very much non-stop for us. So I'll bring Fuller on. These two play well together as well, actually. So I'll move you around. I'll leave it at that, and then we'll make the final 2 in about 10 in-game minutes. That feels like a bit of a plan, and then we'll just look at fitness again. Right, free kick to Stevenage. If they score... Oh, my word. I thought they had for a second then, but they haven't. It's a free kick. It's an offside. We don't have to worry about it. They are getting a little bit more adventurous with their chances, finally, but we are still all over them, which is delightful to see. Get out of the way, Scully. We don't want you. Right. Final couple of changes. Let's do them. Okay, can't really do anything to the midfielders. They're just going to have to deal with it. We'll take off Lloyd-Jones for Mitchell. Oh, no. I've got Dan Potts on the bench. I forgot I made that change. I haven't been having Dan Potts on the bench, but I've got him there. Right, fine. Dan Potts can come on. Brilliant. Left back sorted. Happy. Well, left back sorted for this game. We're not going to go with him permanently going forward. He's not very good. But he'll do for today. He'll do us cover, which is quite nice to see. This now will put us 2 points off of the playoffs, by the way. The turnaround has been sensational. And I'm very, very happy with the players. And I'm very, very happy that we've managed to do it so quickly. Because it now means, as much as I've said it before, that I don't really want it to happen this season. It does mean that promotion... Well, playoffs is an option. Promotion is a whole nother lottery. But playoffs is a potential option. And if we get the right reinforcements in, who knows? Right, Johnston into Scully. Not quite. Scully's gone down off the ball, though. And it's a penalty in the 93rd minute that he is going to take. And he scores, and it is a hat-trick for Scully. Looked like he had 1 foot out the door, and the formation change has saved him. And we have 2 absolute baller strikers who are scoring all of the goals. And it is a hat-trick for Anthony Scully. And that is the game. Excellent. That was a very, very... It's a home game, so you almost expect us to do well in the home game. That is a very, very good home game. I'm very, very happy about that. And there's confirmation. 2 points off the playoffs. Huddersfield better watch out. Right, well, that is the best kind of result that we need before we come up against top of the league Portsmouth. But what a performance from that man. Very, very happy. You see, he hasn't even signed the contract yet. Distant relationship. Not for long, sunshine. I'm coming round for Sunday dinner. Right. We need to rest these boys. And we've got 3 days to do it. They're not going to get a lot of rest, really, are they? They're not going to get a lot of rest at all. Right, I'll be back in a few moments. And we'll play that game against top of the table, Portsmouth. We're looking to get back into the Championship. But we want to beat them to it. Fingers crossed we can. Back for the game against top of the table, Portsmouth. And this is the 11 that we are going to be using. It is going to be Cairns in goal, Pereira, Wiradou, Jones and Eden in defence. Edmonds Green, Henry, Doherty and Makande in the midfield with Lieburn and Scully supporting the forward line. Well, actually, do you know what? Last minute decision. Coventry's going in, I've decided. He was going to get a rest. But do you know what? He needs a rest. 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 They all need rests. So it doesn't really matter who misses out. I might as well play all of them in the kind of really important game against top of the table Portsmouth. So let's just do it. We're just going to go for it and see what happens. Hopefully, what happens is we get another 3 points. That would be delightful. I'm expecting us to get beaten this game because they are top of the table for a reason, are Portsmouth. But we have looked a little bit unstoppable. Even when we've had teams score against us, we still haven't looked like we've been that flappable, which has been quite a nice feeling. But we are here. Fratton Park. Let's see what will happen here. It is away from home. But I'm confident. We have got a bit of a contract situation. Quite a number of our players are out of contract at the end of the season. One of them, really annoyingly, Connor Coventry. Even more annoyingly, he wants to double his wages and then some to stay. And I don't feel like we can justify that. Well, number one, we can't afford it. But number two, I don't feel like we can justify that. So I've got a feeling he is going to be leaving. If someone snaps him up in January, it is what it is. If they don't, he'll probably go in the summer. And then we'll just use the... I don't know. Do we sell him? I mean, the other thing is, do we try and get some funds for him in January? And but if we do that, it's going to be a cut price deal, isn't it? So that's the only problem. I'd like to keep him. He's been really good for us. Even with the whole doesn't like big games thing, he's actually still been pretty decent. So I'm not too sure what the right thing to do is. I'm debating whether we just sell him now I've said that, and maybe we do, but I'd quite like to just hang on to him just because he is quality. But then with the midfielders we got coming in, okay, they're almost all loan signings. Do we maybe just decide to sell him just because we've got the cover? Maybe we do that. I don't know. Maybe we do that. Because we get a decent... we get a pretty penny or two for him, wouldn't we? So, yeah. I'll have a think about that. I'll have a think about that between this video and the next one. And then, well, in the next video, you'll find out. Right, we're controlling possession quite nicely here. Marcande goes out wide to Ricardo Pereira. Pereira in the box, gets into Scully. Scully makes it 1-0. It's almost boring at this point with how good Scully is. I mean, that was a very, very good goal. I'm very happy with that. I really am. Oh, my word. I thought I was going to move clubs while we were doing so well with Spennymoor. And I genuinely thought I was going to regret it within 5 seconds. And honestly, that first video I was just like, do you know what? There's something here. It's just we need to figure out how to get them scoring. Diamond formation, 2 strikers up front, attacking midfielder behind as a playmaker. Boom. Happy, happy days. And that's exactly what it has been. And I'm genuinely delighted with how the lads are doing. Like, we're looking solid. We're looking good. We're counter-attacking. We're also just going forward really well as well, which is quite nice. It's really good. Again, the only thing is the contract situation. The only major one I'm concerned about is Connor Coventry. The other ones are solvable. All their players who we want to get rid of anyway. So, yeah, it is what it is. Oh, that's a mistake from Eden there. Now Lang has an opportunity to get forward. Whipping the ball, looking for Weir. That's a heck of a cross, actually. And they deserve 1-1 there. They deserve that. What a ball that was. Are you serious? What a ball that was. I mean, Eden really needs to take the blame on that one. Ricardo's also had a knock at some point, so we are going to have a look at him. What a ball. It deserved a goal. Maybe a better goalkeeper would save it. I don't know, but I'm not too cross about conceding that one. Right, I am actually going to take Pereira off, just as a precaution. Feels like the wise thing to do. Let's do that. Right, let's go and get a second. Let's go back in the lead, shall we? That'd be really nice to do. Please. Right, Cairns. Again, I've got to sing Cairns' praises. He's not a good goalkeeper anymore, but he's done a solid job for us while we've been without what I would consider to be a worthy goalkeeper. Yes, we got the other guy. The other guy just isn't very good. We used him once and he really did not fill me with any confidence whatsoever. So, do you know what? It's not happening. He's not playing for us again. I'm going to try and sell him. If not, we'll release him in the summer if we can. Right. You three haven't been playing very well. You two haven't been playing very well. Actually, it's not been a very good performance by a lot of the players here. We'll tell you... Well, we've upset Eden. And we'll say to you that... We'll take Eden off. I think I might do. Dan Potts can come on. And... Markande's not been particularly great, so we'll bring on Anderson, because Anderson did play well last time out. We'll do that. That feels like the thing to do. Right, you three. Let's say that. And we'll try and motivate them into a good performance. Okay. Second half underway. Let us get ourselves a winner. That would be amazing. Having said that, I'm quite content with a draw. Away from home at top of the league, I'll take a point. I'll happily take a point. I'll understand if we lose. They're a good team. I'll happily take a point. Right. We were about to go on the attack there, but the game decided we didn't need to see that highlight, so it is what it is. Right. Let's go. Let's get another goal, boys. They have actually been all over us in this game in terms of shots. We've out-possessioned them, so we've not been quite as good in the final third, but we're going to have been passing the ball around like this quite a bit, I would imagine. Right. Coventry to Wiredu. Wiredu looking to get it forward. Gets it into Johnston. Johnston, the substitute, goes back to Edmonds Green, who's giving the ball away. He wasn't paying attention, and Colby Bishop makes it 2-1 to Portsmouth. And it's gutting, because Edmonds Green has been absolutely solid for us since I arrived here. It's disappointing. Can Johnston do anything different? No, it's not his fault. It is Edmonds Green. Concentration from Edmonds Green lets him down. We're going to demand more from the boys. That's very poor. Right. I need to think about this because I've only got one stoppage left to make substitutions. So I'm going to leave it a minute or two. I don't want to get caught out with an injury. That's the thing I'm thinking. Right. Anderson getting forward here. They're getting into Lee Burn. Lee Burn hits the post. You've not seen the best out of Lee Burn in this video, I've got to say. He has been a bit of a machine, but you've not seen the best out of him today, which is a bit disappointing. Right, we're going to make the final substitutions. And we are going to keep Lee Burn on because he is still a threat. Harry and Henry can come on for Doherty. To be fair, neither he or Coventry have been actually any good, so I could take any of them off. And then for my final trick, I could bring Fuller on, but who do I bring him on for? Tell you what, here's what we're going to do. Change you to a Mazzala. And then we're going to bring Fuller on. We're going to go 3 up top because I'm an absolute madman. Let's change you to a pressing forward because you can do that. And we'll have Fuller in the middle. No. Buyer's remorse. Swap you boys around. Pressing forward. Advanced forward. Advanced forward. Let's have you guys trying to get it into him. That feels like the thing to do. Cool. We're going to do that. And we're going to go attacking. Portsmouth have just scored again. We're done in the game, to be fair. So we might as well just go for it at this point. Let's do that. Oh, it's been disallowed. It's offside. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Edmonds Green actually played the guy offside, which is great to see. Right. We've still got a chance. Right. 3 up top. Let's do this, boys. Fire up. Let's just try and batter that door down and see if we can. It's fine. If we don't, again, they're top of the table. We're playing them at home. You'd expect us probably not to get a result against them. But we've got a corner in the 92nd minute. Henry's going to take it. We've not been the most prolific from set pieces. Can we do something from this one? Whipped in. Lee Burney's there. He can't get his head on it, though. Scully now. Can Scully whip it in? He is a winger at heart. Lee Burn! It's wide! Ah! It's wide! He's not had a good video in front of the cameras, has he? He really hasn't. It is a loss. It's not the end of the world. It's a team I'd expect us to lose against. I'll take it. It's fine. Right, well. I'm okay with that. I genuinely am. I went into that one thinking it was going to be a tough one. I had brought us back a game early because I thought we might as well end with that one. But, yeah, I'm regretting that decision a little bit. Right, well, that leaves us in 9th place in the table, which considering when we came in we were 17th. By the end of the last video we were like 19th. I'm going to take that as a very positive episode in terms of results. Yes, we lost one, but we also won the other one quite very convincingly. So we go again. We go again. Now, when do we go again? Well, I think we'll go through January. You don't need to see that. We'll come back at the beginning of Feb so I can go through any transfer business. Speaking of which, Jamie Shackleton has been confirmed. Callum Stiles has been confirmed. So both of those guys are coming in. We're still waiting about Oliver Cooper. So, yeah. Positive all round, I think. Positive all round. So I'll see you in February. In the game, not in real life. I mean, it's already February when I'm recording this. Christ knows when this video will be released. I don't really know. But I'll see you in February in the game. And hopefully it will be to celebrate us continuing this really good form. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. I thought it was a bit too low down then. I think it was. So, like it, please. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.